Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Quartet Lesson 6, Part 1, Halloween live stream. I hope you're having a good night. Today is the practice live stream. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween みんな
Happy Halloween! 私は誰でしょうか? Who am I? And who is this? Let's see if you can guess. My voice is sort of messed up today, so forgive
私
me.
誰かわかる
わかるかな? 俺わかるかな?
あ、私のやつもついてんだよね。
ついています。
はい。
ついています。
ありがとうございます。
ね、ありがとうございます。
ね。
うん、
でも私これ、英語の名前わかりません。
俺も英語の名前わかりません。マリオのマッシュルームだよね。
すごい。
カブトムシ？いや、カブトムシじゃないよ。
はい、レッスン始めますよ。
はい、レッスン始めます。I am サザエさん。サザエでございます。サザエさん。Look up サザエさん for anyone who's not sure. サザエさん。サザエさん。はい。Okay, so let's go ahead and bring the lesson on screen now that we've gotten our faces in here. はい。Zoom out. Woo. Okay, there we go. So, tonight, as I said, we're working on lesson 6, part 1 of the practice stream, and we are going to be covering, let me get this turned on screen. We're going to be covering というわけではない. We're going to be practicing that actually. We're going to be practicing nounから見ると, nounからすると, and nounから言うと, and のではないだろうか, and also がる. And yeah, that's what we're going to be covering tonight. We have the colors. The grammar points are in light blue. Any words that haven't shown up in Genki or Quartet are going to be these colors, which mark their JLPT level or whether or not they're on the JLPT at all. If you have any questions that are related to Japanese or that you want us to answer, not someone else in the chat, make sure you put question before it and cue time before your answers to the practice sections. The first thing we'll be covering is that doesn't mean with というわけではない. But first, I got to say hello to everyone in chat and say thank you very much to Tam-chan. Thank you for the pumpkins. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Happy Halloween. Thank you.
Happy Halloween. Happy Jack-o'-lantern だよ。
Happy Jack-o'-lantern. I am not in the best of health today, as usual. I'm always not in great health. But anyway, should be fine. Thomas, I'm glad I tuned in for even just a second just to see this makeup. Here you go. We'll give you a better view of it. Jajan!
似てない私。
俺もちょっと似てない？ヒゲ以外。
ほら、マスクすれば完璧じゃない？
どうですか？ All right, back onto the two-face. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, Tom.
みんなありがとう。
Who else do we have today?
そう、今日のみんなの。
We have Come to Japan Dan, who said tons of premium Japanese content on ToKiniAndy.com. Yes, they are the sponsors of tonight. Thank you so much to everyone on ToKiniAndy.com and the Patreon. We appreciate you so much. Hope you're learning lots over there. Tom-chan says こんばんは。どうした？
Come to Japan さんの I hope Yuki says Jack-o'-lantern 3 times as fast as she can.
I didn't see that. Dashiel says こんばんは。Dashiel, Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Satsuki121 says Happy Halloween with a ghost. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
We've also got Moisive. Ah, it's so cute, says Moisive. Thank you there. Thank you. And Bada Blakey. How's it going? All right. So yes.
Hi, Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
私さ、ジャコランタン、OK。
OK、お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございます。
もうできたね。
ありがとうございます、本当。
All right, so the first thing we're going to be jumping down to, let's just jump right into the first question and we can hang out and talk more. After that, it's that doesn't mean with というわけで, which if you remember is just, it's not necessarily the case that or what I just said doesn't mean that this or whatever. With short form of verbs, e-adjectives is just というわけではない or just e-adjective plus わけではない. Non-adjectives take the na particle with わけではない, but da or nothing with というわけではない. So the whole thing in nouns are exactly the same. Here's an example of what might show up with this. Yuki, can you read this one?
はい。どっちやった？
こちら。
はい、ちょっと自分の顔見てちゃった。ごめん。
おい。
運動をしていないわけではない。食べることが好きなんだ。
It's not that I'm not doing exercise, it's that I like eating. Yeah, that's it. So that's わけではない. And the first practice is the same one as last week. The next one will be new, and that is できる. Oh, that's Yuki. Yuki's
は
job.
い。
はい、お願いします。
できるけどしたくないことを教えてください。
Please tell us something you can do, but you don't want to do. For example,
運動ができないわけではないけどしたくないです。
basically the same as the last sentence. It's not that I can't do exercise. It's not that I can't do it, but I don't want to. したくない. Next one is
電話できないわけではないんですが、ドキドキするからしたくありません。
this one has the reason that you don't want to do the thing. You don't need to have that, but you can if you want. So this one has it's not that I can't talk on the telephone, but I get nervous, so I don't want to. So this gives a reason as well. So you can basically copy this pattern of できないわけではない but I don't want to, or the reason that you don't want to, and the fact that you can't. And that will be your answer to the question. And otherwise, we can just hang out tonight. Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you're having a great time. I know Come to Japan was doing a pretty lively live stream over on his channel of the Shibuya crossing. We had quite a few people showing up for a while. I think there's still quite a few people watching over there. I have it muted, but there is a lot of people in Shibuya tonight. Pretty crazy. Wow. I'm going to comment on Come to Japan Dan's video. Check that out. Boom, boom, boom.
ねえ
Lots of people over there.
渋谷やばいね、渋谷のハロウィンすごいね。
Oh, there goes the giant you know what. I'm not going to, glad that's not showing up on my screen. Oh my God. How's it going, Lee? Thanks for stopping by. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We'll have to show everyone the full screen every once in a while.
あ、ちょっと私ここまでなんでお願いしますね、ほんと。
はい。Anyway. じゃじゃん。じゃじゃん。All right. You say it. You saw it. Yes, I did see it. That is some costume. But I see that one you could get away with no problem in Japan. Maybe not so much back home. 見てたさっき。
さっき
走っていったチンコ。
あ、そういうのピピピちょっとコンプライアンスじゃないですかこれは。
見てなかった？
さっきの、ちょっと見ました。
見ましたか？
ちょっと見ました。
はいはいはい。Thomas message retracted. Yuki's eyebrows are awesome. They are pretty intense.
本当？インテンス？
Pretty
似てる？
intense.
わかるこれ？わかる？
Let's bring
誰
it up on
か？
screen. Hopefully we don't get sued by Nintendo. What are they called?
クリボ。
Mario mushrooms.
それキノピオじゃない？
これが出てくる。これだね。
そうそうそう。
はいはいはい。
クリボ。
クリボ。Huh, he's gonna come dancing across the screen. Oh, he's gonna get hidden behind that thing. You can't see him over there.
本当だ。
Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that.
うん、そうだね。ちょっと、任天堂さんに訴えられちゃうよ。
It was an accident, Nintendo. Please. And this is me over here.
そうやって、
I didn't even know you could drag this
す
up
ご
on
ー
here.
い。
That's
みんな
Sazai-san.
シークレット見れるな。
Beautiful, Sasatsuki. Is that a maid apron thingy? Yes, it is. I actually dressed up like this at the kindergartens. I had like a dress on and everything. It's pretty entertaining. The kids liked it. We were different things yesterday for our little Halloween party that we actually had.
I did
So
サザエ
Goomba.
だよ。
Yeah, Goomba. Yuki was Sazai. I was Ando-san. I dressed up as Ando-san for my Halloween. Dashiel has an answer. We have.
はい。ありがとうダシエル。学校に行けないわけではない。行きたくないです。
Hi. So when your first one ends in a verb other than dekinai, you'll want to use that verb in the second one as well, saying that you don't want to do that verb. So in this case, it's ikenai, wakenai, so I can't go. So your next one will have to be don't want to go. So ikitakunai. Ikitakunai would be your second part. Otherwise, all good. Nice. 学校に行けないわけないけど行きたくないです。I hear you. I feel your pain there.
私の顔めっちゃ怒ってるみたい。
結構怒ってるみたいね。 牙
牙
も出てるしね。説明してくれてありがとう。
こち
どういた
らこそ
しまして
です。
とんでもない。
怒ってないよ。
怒ってない。俺怒ってるよ。
俺
私怒ってるよ。
私怒ってるの？
怒ってないよ。嘘です。
このパング。
気に入ってる
ちょっと好き。
ちょっと好き。Alright. So what did you guys dress up as for Halloween today? Did any of you dress up as Halloween? Do you celebrate Halloween where you live? Are you too old for Halloween now? Did your kids dress up for Halloween? What did you do for Halloween? Tell us about it. And let us know where you're watching from, depending on where you're watching from in the world. Yeah. I'm going to try to talk pretty quiet tonight, pretty minimally, just because I think I have like tonsillitis or something.
何？
Tonsillitis. 扁桃
炎か。
扁桃炎だと思う。Good evening, Kyushu Trail. How's it going?
Good day.
Are you good day? Are you dressed up as anything tonight, Kyushu Trail? 扁桃炎
扁桃炎じゃない？まあ。
それだと思う。Halloween is very, very small in Australia, so I didn't do anything. Also, we just came out of lockdown in Sydney, so not many people were out. Fair enough.
偉いね、みんな。もう渋谷、恥ずかしいよ、ほんと。
I heard recently that Australia doesn't really do much for Halloween. I was surprised by that. I had no idea. I just heard like a couple weeks ago or last week that it wasn't really big in Australia. I did not know that. Neighbors have young kids. They were going around the street earlier. Oh, nice. YouTube チャに日本語で。はい、トーマスね。はい。
ありがとう。トーマスありがとう。YouTube チャットに日本語で話せないわけではないんですが、ドキドキするからしたくない。
Is this correct, Ando-san? I'll have to call him up, Ando-san. I think you just missed the と in chat.
そうだね。
And 話せないわけないけどドキドキするからしたくない and this one works okay, I guess. You could also say 話したくない. Could also be fine. Either one is fine. したくない or 話したくない. Otherwise, all good. Nice.
最初がするバーブだったときは、次のやつはしないかするだけで大丈夫。
Pretty much, yeah, if it's a する verb 勉強できないわけないけど、したくないとか。彼はね、話せないって言ったけど、まあドキドキするっていうからしたくないって言ってるから、なんとなく OK だって気がするけど、もしかしてね、話せない、話したくない would be maybe a little bit more accurate.
まあ確かに。
Yesterday was my school's parties, so I dressed up as Tsukushima K from Haikyuu. Oh, nice. Let's look up Tsukushima K. Tsukushima K.
月島だよ。
I've never watched.
月だよ。
I've never watched it. Yuki really loves it.
知らないなんて非国民だよ。
There he is.
やめてください。やめてください。
これは大丈夫だと思う。
本当大丈夫かな？
That's what you dressed up as. Okay. Q time. Lee Ivan.
はい。クラスのちょっと目が
読み物。
クラスの読み物を読めないわけじゃないけど。なんて読むのそれ。
うるさ
くて読みたく読みたくちょっとね私関西人じゃないのでこれ関西弁を言いたいのだと思うんですけれど読みたく変やでかな読みたくないんです
読みたくないやで
飲みたく変やで。
I do not know, and neither does she know Kansai Ben very well. So we cannot tell you whether that last part is correct or not. I imagine you're going for Kansai Ben. The first part, I think is fine. クラスの読み物は読めないわけないけど。
いや、読めないわけじゃないけど。
わけじゃないけど。 うるさくて読みたくないって。
そう、でもね、うるさいは、これ、漢字これでいいのかな？
I've
ひら
never
が
seen
なの
this
方
kanji.
が、ひらがなじゃなくてもいいのかな？
Usually, うるさい is
私
written using only
ひらがな。
hiragana. But I've never seen it used in this situation. I guess it can work. いいのかな？
そうだね。多分いいんだと思う。
はい。
ただ私が読めない。
はいはいはい。
ごめんね。DI
Yeah.
ご
And
めん
読み
ね。
たくない。Otherwise, fine.
はい。
Nice. And whether or not the Kansai Ben part is correct, I'm unsure.
そう、私もね、それわかんないのごめん。ちょっと関西人のお友達に聞いていただか
If
ない。
anyone here knows some Kansai Ben, I don't know if e adjectives conjugate the nai part to hen in Kansai Ben or not. I know just straight nai can be hen or ikahen, like when it ends in nai for regular verbs.
So,
Hen, it becomes hen.
読みた
Yomahen.
く、そう、読まへん。
Yomahen とか。
でも、読まへんは読まないでしょ。
Right. But
読みたく
yomitakuhen, I don't know if that works or not. I have no idea. So
そう、ごめんね。なんか、
can't help you there.
sounds not familiar なの。ごめんね。
only the odd few has put up Halloween decorations. Fair enough, fair enough. Not everywhere puts up Halloween decorations in America, but it's still a pretty big deal, I feel like, at least for younger kids. Yeah, not really a thing in Australia. My first Halloween party was in Japan. Really? Wow. Interesting. 家を飾っていますだけ。飾っていますね。You have 飾り up in your house. Nice. Okay. Sakura, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I didn't really do it until I moved out and was looking after some younger kids. My mother didn't like the concept of Halloween, didn't like the Americanization. Fair enough. I didn't really do it when I was a kid either. Most of my family was sort of against it for religious reasons, I guess. But when I was a little kid, I did it. Yeah, a lot of Aussies seem to not like the so-called Americanization. Interesting. I never really thought about it. Hi, Moiseeve's answer.
はい。答えられないわけじゃないけど、楽しいものを書きたいです。
Hi, it's not that I can't answer, but I want to write something interesting or fun. Nice, fair enough. Good. Good to see I wasn't alone in that. Nope. 読みたくないんだよ. Oh, I know, I know. We understand. We understand the meaning that you're going for. We just don't know if it's grammatically correct in Kansai Ben to conjugate e adjectives to have the nai with hen. Like, we know what you're going for. Just not sure if e adjectives conjugate that way in Kansai Ben or not. That's all. But we get what you mean. We get what you mean. All right, let's go for the next problem, the next question. My goodness.
はい。
お願いします。
してみたいけど本当にできるわけではないことを教えてください。
So, something that you want to try, but actually it's not possible. You can't actually do it. We want you to tell us something like that. For example,
宇宙旅行に行ってみたいけど本当に行けるわけではない。
So, I want to try and do space travel, but I can't actually go to space, right? That's what that one means. Next one is
高級ホテルに泊まってみたいけどそんなにお金があるわけじゃない。
I want to stay at a really expensive or really fancy hotel, or try to stay at a really fancy hotel, but I don't have money like that. So, そんなにお金があるわけじゃない. I don't have money like that. Right? So, what's something you'd love to try, but in reality, you can't do it? That's what you're going to go for here. So, the wake de wa nai is going to come in the second part in this one, as opposed to in the first clause, like in the other one. So, it'll be the thing you want to do, but 本当に something, right? You can't because of something. You can just say, like in the first sentence, there's no reason, like in the second one. The first one's just 本当に行けるわけではない. I really can't go to space. And in the second one, it gives a reason. そんなにお金があるわけない. わけじゃない. I don't really have that kind of money. So there's the first one. Sorry, guys. My voice is going away tonight, I think. なんか関西弁は伝説の話。
伝統的なかな。
伝統的な話し方みたいな。
的ね。伝統的。
Yeah, I don't know much about Kansai Ben. I do know the hen rule, I guess. The fact that they changed nai to hen a lot. Just don't know if it works for e-adjectives, that's all.
そう。まあね、難しいんだよね。
そこに住んでなければね、あんまり触れ合うことはないので。だいたい for when most people from Kansai come north, for example, or go anywhere else in Japan, they speak standard Japanese. They try to speak standard Japanese. So even if a person from Osaka or something comes up here, they'll have different pitch accent and intonation and pronunciation sometimes, but they won't actually use the language the same way they would at home. 何？
いや、サザエさん
が水飲ん
ワイ
でるやつ。
ルドだなと思って。レイリーなのにワイルドだなと思って。
そうだね。全然まっすぐじゃねえな、このやつ。マクイさん、ハッピーハロウィーン、How's it going? アロヒドゥー、こんにちは。
こんにちは。ハッピーハロウィーン。
ハッピーハロウィーン。
難しいね、この、わけではないセンテンス。
わけではないはまあまあ難しいね。はい。
早いだし。
Wow, super fast. Maybe somewhat prepared. Let's go back to はい。
はい。今すぐ日本に行ってみたいけど、行けるわけではない。
Perfect.
そうですね。素晴らしい。
I want to go to Japan right now, or I want to try to go to Japan right now, but that doesn't mean I can. Right? Doesn't mean I can. That's another way you could translate this. I want to try to do that, but that doesn't mean I can just because I want to, right? Or the dialect comes out on accident out of habit. For sure. It's most noticeable when people are pronouncing or saying certain words because of the difference in intonation or pitch accent or whatever. It's quite different in Kansai than the rest of Japan. A lot of words you'll hear them start high instead of low. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but
びっくりした。謎それ。
知らん。Japanese people love to point out dialects. Indeed, they like to try and pick out where someone might be from. It can be pretty obvious, especially Kansai Ben, I think. Some of the more localized stuff is a little bit harder to pick out, I think. But
なんか、多分なんだけど、その福岡、Come to Japan さんの福岡は、全然また違うじゃないですか。でもそれも一応伝統的な話し方だよ。
もちろん。でも、関西弁の方がちょっと変わってるって気がしない？福岡より。違うかな？
わかんない。でも一応ね、今のその日本語の標準語の前は、関西弁っていうか京都弁が、キャピタルだった時ね、は主語だった、標準語だったから、それを考えるとまあ関西弁も標準語って言えば標準語
まあそうだね。ある時代にね。Question from Dashiel. Do you have a recommendation on a guide or best way to master particles? I still mix up so often.
簡単に答えることは難しいですね。
Well, honestly, I recommended this book a while ago. It's called, what was it called again? I have it on my Kindle. Well, shoot. You know what? I'll find, I can't remember the name of the book exactly. But it helped me understand the wa and ga particles quite well, and it goes into the other particles as well. I haven't read the rest of the book. I was so blown away by the wa ga particles, but that I imagine the rest of the explanations of particles in the book are also quite helpful. And at this level, if you're already on the quartet stuff, I think this would be quite helpful for, here it is. Let me see what the name of it is. I don't actually say in the post. Here's a link to the post. Oops, that's not it. That's Tsukushima-ke. Oh, now I'm editing it instead of, hold on. I can't, share. Okay, let me get the.
私 ダシエルに質問なんですけど、
はい。
どれが間違えやすいとかある？
Yeah. Which ones do you have? I'm just gonna copy and paste this. It has links to the book. They're affiliate links, but if you want to just check those out, let me click on one and see what the actual name of the book is. I can't remember off the top of my head. It didn't work.
Didn't work?
The link didn't work.
ああ
The Japanese link didn't work either. Interesting. Okay. Making Sense of Japanese. That's what it was called. Making Sense of Japanese. Yeah, that's it. It's called Making Sense of Japanese, What the Textbooks Don't Tell You. I found that really helpful for understanding particles, particularly wanga. I was going to make a video on wanga actually recently, but I never got around to that. But that is something that's on my list of extra videos I want to do. Although it's not super high on the list right now because I've got 50 million other videos. Speaking of which, just so you guys know, we've been releasing the podcast every Monday. But we have a really long podcast coming, and we're actually adding subtitles to it because there's a sponsor for it, and we decided to add subtitles just for this one. But it's going to have to be, and it's going to take an extra week because it's an hour-long podcast, and I have to add subtitles, which take a long time. So it's going to come out next week, but instead we're going to be releasing another video on the ToKini at Home channel tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. So just so you know, that's going to be a fun video. It's only like 5 or 6 minutes, so if you guys could have a look at that second channel, that'd be awesome. Let's see, we have a question. And yeah, let us know, Dashiel, if there's anything specific that you're frequently struggling with the particles, or if it's just particles in general. Moisive!
はい。メアリーさんと会話しに行きたいかな。どっちだろう。
多分そうじゃない？にしたいかな。メア
リーさんと会話しに行きたいかな。
メアリーさんと会話をしに行きたい。Oops, not she. しに行きたいけど、だが、that's someone else. Okay.
でも、
行きたい。
そこまで。
Period. でも、
パートはそこまで。
でも、たけしさん、the rest was fine. たけしさんに会いたくない。That part was fine.
でも、
会いたいわけじゃないです。That part's fine. はい、
私まだ一回も読んでないんですよ。
読んでないの？
最初のパートしか読んでないんですよ。
ごめんね、どうぞ。
ごめんね、モイシー。
怒られた。
すいませんね。メアリーさんと会話しに行きたい。でも、たけしさんに会いたいわけじゃない。が OK です。
That part's fine, yeah.
はい。
And here's what your first sentence should be. メアリーさんと会話をしに行きたい。でも、たけしさんに会いたいわけじゃないです。Good. Lee Ivan.
はい。今すぐ日本へ行きたい。だが、コロナでできるわけじゃない。
So, you don't want to go in the direction of corona. That would be the ni particle. Corona de, because of corona, corona being the reason. Corona de, できるわけじゃない or 行けるわけじゃない would probably be even better. Corona de 行けるわけじゃない Nice. You're no worries, Dashiel. Happy to help. Oh, I forgot that comes out tomorrow. Wait, you forgot what comes out tomorrow? Oh, yeah, that video. Yeah. Dan is sort of involved in the video that comes out tomorrow on the other channel. Wanga always throw me off the most. Okay, then you're going to check that book out. I hate to tell people to get paid stuff, like to buy books on the side, but it's worth it. That book has a great explanation. I do need to do a video on it, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to. So if you don't want to wait for that, then check out the book because just that chapter alone is worth the price of entry. 100%. Best $8 or whatever I've ever spent in my life, for sure, as far as Japanese goes. All you need to know about Fukuoka dialect here. Nice. Kosoku up. This is Tom's answer. Nice.
はい。高速道路で バイクのスピードを出したいけど、これ難しいね。警察は優しいわけじゃない。
そうだね。高速道路で、so you're going to utilizing the highway for this, whatever you want to do, right? 高速道路で、バイクのスピード出したい
を出したいね。
けど、and then the rest is fine.
うん。
高速道路でバイクのスピードを出したいけど、blah blah blah. Yeah, 警察 are probably not too nice about that. I hear you. I forget, did you buy the bike? Did you buy the motorcycle? I can't remember, Tom. バイクの yeah, bike speed. Bike's speed. Yeah, it's a little weird, right? バイクのスピードを出したいけど。Tricky. I thought speed was like a verb. To speed? Speed is just like the adjective or the noun speed, right? 辞書 speed. And usually when you're talking about speeding, when you're talking about speeding in general, you say スピードを出す to mean go really fast, right? スピードを出す. So the reason that it's like this is more because that's a phrase that exists. The スピードを出す means I want to go fast. That's what that means. So when you're saying you want to go fast on a bike, then you connect to that phrase スピードを出す whatever the thing is that you want to use to go fast, right? So in this case, it's the bike. If you wanted to go really fast on a bicycle, then it would be 自転車のスピードを出したい, right? Because the phrase that is most important there is the スピードを出したい. That can't be changed, right? If you wanted to, yeah, you get the point, I imagine. But yeah, it is a little tricky. But you'd have to know the fact that the スピードを出す is the thing in the first place, right? And then it makes a little more sense. Dialects are a pain. I still butcher Thai when talking to some people, mixing Northern with Standard such that it doesn't make sense in either. Fair enough. How to say I want to speed. Got it. Yeah, exactly. Nice.
そうだね。難しいね。
ちょっと難しいよね。
あと、そうだね。結構みんな間違えるやすいなって思うのは、やっぱりにとでだと思う。
ちょっと難しいのは、やっぱり俺でも多分言いたいのは、バイクでスピードを出したいって言いたくなる。ね。
でもバイクでスピードを出したいだったら言える。そうそう言える。
See what I would just said to you, I don't know if you picked it up, but what I would personally want to say is バイクで So I would use the utilization de particle. So バイクでスピードを出したい is what I would personally probably say. Personally, right? Bike no speedを出したい that's fine as well. It's just personally I would prefer the sense. The only issue is having the double day then. So 高速道路でバイクでスピードを出したい People tend to try and avoid using double particles like that. So 言っていいのかな高速道路でバイクでスピードを出したい Yeah, it would be fine.
そう、変じゃないんだけど、なんとなく sounds weird. ダブルになるときはやっぱり
Yeah, people will tend to go with the no.
そうだね。
Right. But if you drop the 高速道路 part, and I was just saying I want to go fast on a bike, then I would personally use the day particle with bike でスピードを出したい because the day particle is just utilization, right? Utilizing a bike to go fast. Yeah, that's what I got caught up with. I changed highway で to highway に because I wasn't sure about the double day. Yeah. So the double day, it's okay, but most people would probably try to avoid it using the no particle. But yeah, it's kind of a weird one. Good sentence. All right, let's move on to the next section, which is from another standpoint with noun から見ると、すると and 言うと。
はい。
そのヒーターちょっと消そうかな。なんかうるさくて。はい。So, with noun から見ると and noun からすると and noun から言うと you may remember that the differences were very subtle. But the first one is noun から見ると it's looking at something from someone's point of view. That's it. It's just looking at it from their point of view, whether it's literal from their point of their sight or just from their sort of opinion or something like that, right? Whereas noun からすると and 言うと is a little bit, it adds a sense of judgment, judging on some feature or judging from some aspect of a thing, judging from the level of sugar content in cookies, something like that, judging from this standpoint so it's slightly different than miruto there because miruto doesn't necessarily have that judgment part to it. The big difference between suruto and yuto is that you cannot use groups of people or living things with yuto. With suruto you can. So by the way, with miruto, it's generally living things or groups of people or whatever. So like yuki kara miruto, like that, right? Whereas with yuto, you couldn't use Yuki's name with yuto, but you could with suruto, right? So you can talk about groups of people with suruto and not with yuto. That's the main difference between those two. But they're generally judging from this standpoint. Whereas miruto is based on this person's or from this person's point of view, right? The judgment portion isn't there in the miruto. One example is very simple example. Let's go with this one.
はい。犬から見ると私はジャーキーさんだと思われている。
So from the standpoint of a dog or from the viewpoint of a dog or dogs in general, they just think of me as Miss Jerky, talking about Yuki. Whereas if we go with, let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. This one's fun.
鍋は栄養面から言うとたくさんの野菜が取れるから体に良さそうだ。
So looking at nabe from the angle of, or from the standpoint of nutrition, you can get a lot of vegetables, so it seems to be good for your body. Or judging from the angle of nutrition, nabe seems to be good for you. Something like that, right? So the first question time for tonight is...
はい。自分の家族か友達かペットなどの目線から何か教えてください。
So please tell us something from the perspective of your friends or a friend, family member, pet, whatever. Please tell us something from their viewpoint. So this is going to be with miruto. For example,
母から見ると俺がもっと近い大学に行ってほしかったと思う。
So from my mom's point of view, she probably wanted me, or I think she wanted me to go to a closer university. Okay, next one.
ノーマンから見ると人間のご飯が素敵に見えると思います。
So from the point of view of Norman, which is the name of a dog, human food is wonderful, or seems wonderful from his point of view, I think. So just tell us something from the point of view of your pet, a friend, or a family member. My goodness. Sorry. What should I do after learning hiragana and katakana? It means what to do, learn general grammar, vocabulary, etc. So I can't remember if I talked about it much in this video. When you learn hiragana and katakana, generally you can start jumping into some grammar, vocabulary, and kanji. If you want, like, depending on how much time you have, obviously. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just looking up a video. Depending on how much time you have, you can choose one and focus on it for a while. And then when you get bored with that, switch to another one. Or if you have more time than most people, you can do it all at the same time. A little bit of grammar, a little bit of vocabulary, a little bit of kanji. That's what I did. I prefer to do it all at the same time. But I had like 4 hours a day to study or more when I was first learning Japanese. So I did all of it at the same time. But in this video that I just linked, I do recommend learning hiragana and katakana first and then kanji. But you'll also probably want to start learning vocabulary as soon as you start figuring out, after you learn hiragana, katakana, and you figure out a little bit about kanji, then I would start jumping into vocabulary. You'll want to sort of understand what kanji are before you spend too much time on vocabulary, I think. But after that, then I would just jump right into the grammar and power through a bunch of grammar. And you'll be good to go. Heads up, though. If you're doing vocab, put the words into sentences. You'll burn out if you try to rote learn them as individual words. 100%, 100% that. That's one of my biggest points on my How I Learn Japanese video, where I talk about a lot of people think I'm telling them how they should learn Japanese, and I more was just saying how I did it and hoping people could get some ideas from it. But I did a video, 12 things I did to learn Japanese or something like that. It's on my channel if you go look at it. It's the most viewed video on the channel. Anyway, that was probably one of the things I thought of as the most important point, was to learn vocabulary words and sentences. What we're doing right now, Federico? This is around N3, I'd say. N3 to lower N2. We're getting closer to N2 stuff now, because this is the end of the first quartet book, which is mostly N2 stuff, but I think miruto is covered in N3, but suruto and yuto are covered in N2. So this lesson has a little bit of both. But we're not actually teaching anything tonight, so we already did this lesson last week. So this video is already available, the cut of this lesson. What we're doing tonight is we're practicing what we learned last week. So it may be very confusing if you haven't learned the stuff yet, because we're not spending a whole lot of time teaching it. So it may feel a little weird. It's more of just a hangout and practice live stream. So, ne.
そう。プラクティスはね、結構もっとランダムな質問も OK。
So, you're welcome to ask anything. Like that. Oh yeah.
はい。リアイブン。親から見ると、携帯は全然使わない方がいいかな。
そうだね。
そう。
使わない。使えない means cannot or is unable. So 使わない I'm assuming that you are talking about their opinion of you, what you should do. 使わない方がいい。そう。親から見ると、携帯は、まあ、fine. 全然使わない方がいい。はい。OK。
OK です。
Nice.
おす。ガローさん。
How's it going, Garo? Thanks for stopping by. Here's an OS sticker for you.
そう、さっきのさ、ダシエルのワー&ガーのやつなんですけど、一応ね、日本人が習う一番ベーシックの基本のルールとしては、がは、がの時は、がより前のものが強く強調されていると、文法的にね。で、和の後の方、和を使うときは和の後のものの方が強調されているという文の構成になっているようなんですけれども、それを見極めるのは難しいよね、結構。
いや、だけど結構役に立つんですよ。そのなんて言えばいい？見方？ただしね、外国人から見るとそういえば見るとやっぱりそこだけじゃないね。なんかもうちょっと細かい違いとかあるんだよね。で、がとは
そう。
細かい部分はその本は結構うまく説明してくれたけど、確かにそれもよく見ると確かにそうなるんだよね。So what Yuki was saying is when Japanese people learn about the differences from wa and ga, while there are some more complicated aspects to it, the main thing that Japanese learn when they're learning about it is that with ga, whatever comes before ga is being emphasized. Whereas with wa is emphasizing whatever comes after the particle wa. So for example, if you were to say, Andy ga something, did something, the emphasis is on me. Andy's the one that did it. Whereas if you were to say Andy wa something, where the emphasis of that sentence is on the something, not on the fact that who did it. That's not what's important. What's important is what they did. Whereas if ga were to come after the person's name. What's important is that that person did it. So
So
that is the main difference between wa and ga. That's the big one, right? Another thing to keep in mind is that ga always marks the subject 100% of the time. Always marks the subject. That's another way to think about it. Wa doesn't. And that's where it gets a little complicated because it looks like wa marks the subject sometimes, but that's not actually what's happening. And it gets a little complicated. And that's where that book explains it better than I could at the moment. I need to do more writing to figure out how I can explain that better. But anyway. Moiseve has an answer.
はい、ありがとう、モイティーブ。アニメが好きな人から見ると、日本は、これは何でしょうね、新鮮郷かな。ワンダーランドだと思います。
新鮮郷。ああ。仙人が住んでいるような
神秘
神秘的な場所。ヘブンみたいなところだよね。
そう。
新鮮郷。天国じゃないかな。言いたいのは。
そういうこと？
多分、日本は天国だと思います。I think you want to say, yeah. You'd probably want to go with 天国 would be a little bit easier to understand word for people. 新鮮郷Wonderland. Wonderland, ne? Yeah. You might just want to go with heaven here. So for example, the shinsen, right? Shinsen, the part that comes in that. So shinsen kyo. Kyo is being used to mean the place or the land that they're living in. But shinsen is like it's a supernatural creature, like an immortal wizard, sort of, that lives on a mountain. Basically, right? And that's where they live. And it's sort of heaven-like. I have found that it means magical wonderland. Interesting.
でもね、多分日本語でマジカルワンダーランドっていう言葉を漢字で言わないかも。アメリカの人たちやっててね。そう。みんなワンダーランドって言いたい。
People know what Wonderland is because of Alice in Wonderland. So a lot of people tend to, in conversation, right? Maybe you might see that word in some kind of Shinsenkyo and maybe in anime. I could see it showing up in anime. But in conversation, people will be more likely to go with Tengoku or Wandarando. Either way would be fine. All right.
の方がね、わかるかな。
Not saying the word that you use doesn't exist. Just a lot of people probably won't know exactly what it is. Japanese people included. Keep that in mind. All right, let's take a look at the next one. We have...
はい。スマホは〇〇の面から言うと便利です。or adjectives ですの形で説明してください。
Okay, we're going to talk about smartphones for a little bit. Lee Ivan brought up smartphones in their last sentence. And of course, if you're working on a sentence for the last section too, that's fine. But what we want you to do here is tell us a little bit about something about smartphones, right? But from a specific angle. So you're going to use this part, the beginning part, basically this whole structure. You're just going to replace the adjective and the circles. So smaho wa, so as for smartphones, that's the topic of the sentence. From the standpoint of something.
angle of じゃない?
That's fine too. The standpoint of, the angle of, judging from the standpoint of, or judging from the angle of something. It's convenient, 便利です, or they're bad, or whatever you want to say. Any adjective is fine. So for example.
はい。スマホはデザインの面から言うととても綺麗です。
Right on. So, looking at smartphones from the angle of design, or judging from the angle of design, they're very pretty, right? Next one.
スマホは情報セキュリティの面から言うと危ない時があります。
So, judging smartphones from the angle of data security, sometimes they're dangerous, sometimes, right? So, judging from some angle, tell us something you think about smartphones. You got anything for us, Yuki? これ以上? これ以外?
いいの言っちゃって。
いいよ。
スマホはそうね。 スマホは、作成、まあ、機械の面から言うと、
はい。
とても細かいマシーンです。
まあ確かにね。
うん。
From the angle of a machine, it's very... なんて言えばいい
complicated かな。
sort of, yeah. 細かい. It's very... The
なんか
pieces, right, are very...
Pieces,
very tiny.
pieces で。
It's a Reese's Pieces は What's another good word for that? Very minute.
あ
Minute? It's got to be a better word. But anyway, I think you get the picture. Very... If you open it up and look inside, everything is so tiny and very minute. Yeah, that's fun.
ね。
そのスマホは時間の使い方の面から言うと、とっても時間の無駄になることはあります。
はい、そうですね。
ありますよね。
危ないんですよね。
Looking at smartphones or judging smartphones from the angle of time, usage of time, there are situations where they can be a huge waste of it. That's what I said. I just made that up. All right. So how about you guys? Judging smartphones from a certain angle. Sazai's head just is not hanging out on screen tonight. Maybe I should bring the camera down a little bit. Go with it. This is Yuki number 1. Okay, I'll bring him down just a little bit. Can I move you?
本当？なんかちょっと上がってきた。
That didn't do anything. Okay. Never mind. I guess I'll do that another time. So
ちょっ
if
と真ん中の青いところをちょろって上げれば。
いや、いい。多分、このカメラが、作った方法ではもう切ってあるんだよ。隠してない。So, one thing I want you guys to do for us today, by the way, is if you are in a costume or you're about to get dressed up in a costume today for Halloween, because I know some of you it's early in the morning on Halloween, I want you to send us a picture on Twitter. So, check out ToKini Andy on Twitter. And send us pictures of your Halloween costume. I think my Twitter is ToKini Andy. Yeah.
それ Guess Who I Am?
ToKini Andy, and we'll guess who you are on stream. We'll show pictures that you send us on stream. So you send us a picture on Twitter, and then we'll drag your picture on the screen, and we'll see if we can guess who you are. And then you can tell us if we're right or not. Kyushu Trail says,
はい。スマホはカメラの面から言うと進化している。
確かにね。
素晴らしいですね。
Looking at cameras from the angle of their cameras, looking at smartphones from the angle of their cameras, they are evolving. Yes, they are. Did you guys see that new Xperia Sony camera smartphone? That thing looks sick.
それアップル？
Xperia.
エクスペリアってそんなに
Xperia Sony
やばい、私なんか3ジェネレーションビハインドみたいな感じになってるよ、スマートフォンの。
Xperia 出てるかな日本に。this thing, the Pro I, right there. Oh, not that. Go away. This phone right here looks like it's going to be insane.
そんなのあるんだ。
It's like basically one of their cameras. It's not quite as good as this, but it's getting there. It's pretty amazing what these things can do now. It basically has built-in gimbals. I'm pretty tempted by this phone. Pretty tempted, I won't lie. Pretty tempted. どうした？
はい。じゃあリアイブのやついきます。
はい、お願いします。
はい。アップルの
Sorry.
アップルのスマホは財布の面から言うと、まあ財布から言うとでもいいかな。やば、高え。キャップ落としました？
I'll give you a fun word you could use here. Your sentence is fine.
超高え。
I would go with 恐ろしい。どう思いますか？
いいですね。
アップルのスマホは財布から言うと 恐ろしい。恐ろしい。恐ろしい。but やべえ、高。
そう、やべ。Bless you.
I'm sick, guys.
やばいじゃん。
I am sick.
マジ風邪ひいちゃったんかな。
Yes, I did. But I took a corona test
うん。
tonight.
うん。ね、
And I'm
大丈
fine.
夫だったね。
I'm fine. But I think I have something.
うん。
Come to Japan just sent us a picture on Twitter. Wow. Oh, Kyushu Trails also did. Wow. Let's take a look. I saw this mask. All right, here's Come to Japan's thing. Let's get that on screen. Hopefully you guys you can't see that, but that's fine. That is a pretty sick mask. I almost bought that mask as
危
well.
ないね。かぶっちゃうとこ
We
だね。
we almost had the same thing. I was gonna do Ando-san with this. I thought about it. That's pretty sick.
おー
I don't know what you are. I guess you're just a golden skeleton.
うん。
It's pretty cool though. Thank you.
ゴールデンスケー
That's
ト
pretty sick. All right, let's get that. Let's get a retweet on that.
やばい。
Quote tweet. Currently reviewing costumes on tonight's stream. Boom. That's fine. Woo. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look at Kyushu Trails as well. While people are answering. Let's make sure we don't have an answer yet. Okay, we don't have any. Oh, we have one more answer. We'll go to the... That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's get Moisie's and then we'll show you guys Kyushu Trails costume. It's pretty awesome. Okay.
OK。スマホはコマース。コマースコマースどっちなんだろう。コマースの面から言うと、有益なことでしょう。
有益なことでしょう。
そうそう。
Profitable ね。
うん。
はい、so looking at smartphones from the angle of commerce, 有益なことでしょう。
はい。
They are profitable. 有益なことでしょう。
うん。
Nice. So it's an adjective, so you don't actually need the する。有益なこ
そう。
とでしょう。
ことでがなかったら有益する。有益に
有益するでしょう。
なるでしょう
に
かな。
なるでしょう。
うん。
そうだね。有益になるでしょう。
そうだね。なるでしょうかな。
Nice. All right, let's get the next picture up on screen. We have
お
Kyushu
ー。
Trail as 誰でしたっ
ツッ
け？
キーです。
Tsuki.
月
Tsuki
島
from
月島ホタル from ハイキュー
from
です。
Haikyuu. Oh, and this you're matching. That's pretty awesome.
あ
All right, let's get that a retweet as well. Boom. All right. If anyone else wants to send us their costumes on Twitter, let us know and we will try to guess who you are. We've got one more time. We have Dan's Crazy Golden Skeleton and Kyushu Trails K.
嘘でしょ。月島 K だわ。ホタルじゃないね。月島 K。
Tsukishima K.
うん。
Tsukishima K. I remembered K. Tsukishima K. Awesome. Nice costumes, guys.
そう、漢字はホタルだからね。
Love it. All right, hopefully you get some more of those tonight. Let's see what's going on in chat. We had a storm of a hay fever warning come through a couple of nights ago. People were getting asthma attacks and everything. I've considered that it could be that as well, but I have like my tonsils are swelling up pretty bad. So I think, and I'm getting, I'm not going to go into details, but it's probably something. Tonsillitis or something.
うん。
Anyway. Thank you, JTC crew. Answer the call. Garo says, Yabai.
や
Love
ばい
it.
んだよ。
Yabai. Wombat and Wombat Jr. I had a feeling. That's awesome that you guys did a matching costume. Sweet. It says 9/11. What said 9/11? Is that oh, gosh, I didn't notice that.
本当だ。
本当だね. 9 and 11.
ちょっと待って、ないって
If you're fine, Moisey.
あれじゃん。
ん？
王様じゃん。ないの。あ、大丈夫です。配給。
配給の話、
そう、
俺は全くわかりません。Garo is laughing. fair enough. Very observant of you, Dan. I didn't even look at the numbers. if I knew something about, I think Yuki might be saying, knowing what the numbers are and saying who she thinks the other person is. Am I correct? 9番わかる？
わかんない。
わかんない？
わかんない。
本当にわかんない？
わかんない。
本当に？
わかんない。
わかるでしょ？
わかんない。
わかるでしょ？
わかんない。
わかるでしょ？
覚えてない。
覚えてないのかな？
9番はね、ひなたかな。
ひなた？
10番が
うん。
飛びよ。影山。
そこまでわかるんだね。すごい。
どっちだったかな？ 10 番がひなたかな。
How can we improve our speaking by watching anime? You can improve your speaking by watching anime.
でも私もうそれマジだと思う。それイマージョンってやつだよね。
Yeah, basically, it's immersion. If you want to go faster, you can use some kind of add-on to sort of like Yomi-chan and subtitles to, not subtitles, like Japanese subtitles to make flashcards or whatever from your, from your, whatever you're watching. So you can make sure you're getting all the words picked up. But you can also just watch it and it will help. Keep in mind, if you only watch anime, you will find, like, there's people on YouTube who've learned Japanese from anime, and their Japanese is very good, but they do say certain things that would only show up in anime, right? Things that people don't say in day-to-day life. You'll see these people using it normally. So that is something to be aware of, but it's still not a bad way to learn. So just watch it. Hinata is number 10 and Kagayama is number 9 だって。
ありがとう。教えてくれてありがとうございます。
My son wanted in on the Halloween costume action as well. Ooh, nice. Okay, I'll go back over to Twitter. Let us know. There it is. I love it. Come to Japan, Dan's son. Boom. Golden Skeleton, Dan, and Mr. H. All right. Nice. That's awesome. Thank you for the pictures. We'll get another retweet on that one. Boom. Everyone gets a retweet.
いいね。
If any of you are on Twitter. All right. Let me do a quick announcement on the Discord and let people know that we're currently doing Halloween costume reviews on Twitter. At everyone. Oh, I don't like to use that very often, but I'm going to do it.
そうだよ。
Currently
みんな見
doing
ちゃうよ。
Halloween costume reviews live on the practice stream. Post your pictures on Twitter. Tag me. And we'll talk about it live. Yay! And sorry, everyone.
はーい。
Sorry for the
Everyone.
tag. I am sorry for the tag. I really don't like to use that, but it is my Discord, so I will do it sometimes. Get used to it. Or mute me. Genki ka, I think, is one of those things. Yeah.
元気か？
There's a bunch of different little the anime things that'll only show up in anime but that people tend to start saying in
元気か？
genki ka. Right.
なるほど。小さい「つ」が難しいね。
元気か？
でも言うのは普通だよね。
そうだね。
元気か？
There's all kinds of things. Yeah. Certain words, certain turns of phrase, certain grammar, certain harshness that shows up, in anime that people will tend to pick up in immersion, but that no Japanese person in the right mind would ever use in daily life. So that is something to be aware of. So you might want to intersperse your anime immersion with more realistic TV, I guess. Yeah.
まあ
If you can't talk to people. まあ
あれかな、デイなんていうの、ちょっとワイルドな少年アニメじゃなくて、
そう。
なんかサザエさんみたいな、
そうだね。
デイリー
そう。
デイリーレイリー、なんかちょっとこういうなんていうの、淑女系アニメ、
日常系。
まあそうだね、
うん。
日常系のちょっとエレガンスアニメを見た方がいいかも。
そうだね。Yeah, you should intersperse your shonen stuff, your action and fantasy stuff with like real life stuff, like this, like Sazai-san, which just has Sazai-san's actually really good. I just started watching it when I put on this costume for the first time a couple weeks ago, But it's actually really good. Slice of life, yeah.
うん。
It's funny. And it's real life stuff. Like it's stuff that actually happens in day-to-day life. And it's real Japanese. So check that out. It's pretty good. サザエさんね。Oh, all right.
お、来たぞ。
いや、まだ聞いてないかな。
あ、来てないんだ。
はいはい。
ありがとう、ライクしてくれて。
日常 by Kyoani is also underrated. 日常 is also good, yes.
日
All
常
right, so
私死ぬほど見たわ。
we got our smartphone answers. Let's go ahead and move on to this is probably true with のではないだろうか。
はい。
のではないだろうか or just のではない, right? So it can just be のではないか, which is, it sort of has like a speaking, talking to yourself sort of feel. It can also be のではないでしょうか, which is probably a little bit more common than のではないだろうか in conversation. のでは、じゃないか or じゃないですでしょうか is also, you know, a little bit more conversational. There's lots of different ways to do this, so I'm not going to go through them all again tonight. Take a look at the stream from last week if you want to see how to make that. I just released the stream cut for everyone last night, but you can just sort of mirror the examples here if you want to try and do it. So let's go for the first question we have.
はい。友達や家族などの行動に対して意見を言ってください。
Please give us your opinion of what your family or friends are doing. For example,
もう少し睡眠時間を取った方がいいんじゃないでしょうか。
shouldn't you maybe try and get a little bit more sleep? No, sleep. Oh my god. I am in a rough shape today, guys. んじゃないでしょうか is another way. ね。no じゃないでしょうか is not what you would say, right? You wouldn't, no ではないでしょうか would be fine. But when you change it to じゃない, that no is just going to become an just like んです, right? So it becomes いいんじゃないでしょうか Okay? Next one.
野菜をもっと食べた方がいいのではないでしょうか。
So this is more of the full ね。no ではないでしょうか And it is, shouldn't you maybe eat more vegetables? 野菜をもっと more vegetables ね。もっと食べた方がいいのではないでしょうか So you can either use go for んじゃないでしょうか or んじゃない is also fine. Like just short, nice, short and sweet. Or the full thing のではないでしょうか or のではないだろうか Either one is fine. But just give your sort of advice or opinion of what your family members or friends are doing and tell them what you think they maybe should be doing. So you're going to be mixing ほうがいい, which is should do, which would never really be used on its own. Most people don't say you should do this straight like that. It's softened somehow, and this んじゃないでしょうか or のではないでしょうか is how you soften it. All right. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Let's see if anyone's angry on the Discord about the everyone. I would love to join, but am a minor, so it would be weird to share my pics. Can't wait to see it. Very, very fair. Very fair. I don't have Twitter, says Hunter Love. You can send them here. You can send them here. I have the workbook, but I still use that website because okay, that's something completely different. Okay.
Okay.
Join the Discord, guys, if you haven't already. Lots always going on there. Oh, I think we already have. 野菜は食べません。マクドナルドゲット。いいですね。First time here says Vedranation.
ありがとうございます。ようこそ。
Just so you know, this is not always how we are dressed on stream. Well, look at that. Look at those scary eyes right now. All right. Anyway, tonight.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Tonight is a special occasion. Thanks for stopping by for the first time. Vedranation. I'm also sick, so just a different night all around.
シックサザエがお送りしてるもんね。
We're also doing, you know, live reviews of people's awesome Halloween costumes. So just all around tonight is an unusual live stream. Look at that. That's a good costume right there.
人のやつ見せてね。
So. Take some of the attention off us, right? www.
わらわらわらだよ。
Yay, I'll post it in pictures then, says someone. All right, Hunter Love is going to be showing up on stream very shortly.
おー、ありがとうございます。
Anyway, Is Tara-chan the name of
Tara-chan is your kid.
my
your
kid.
son.
My kid. Oops.
忘れちゃったのあの
I
タラちゃんの
like I said, I
こと
just started watching Sazai 2 weeks ago, maybe. I watched like 20 episodes or something. So I'm
You
terrible
watched
at
the
names.
20 episodes.
Yeah, but I was still very confused until I asked people for explanations later what was going on with that whole family dynamic.
まあね。
Like who was whose and who was who. It was kind of it's a little hard to figure out at first.
ちょっとね、離れてるからね、年が。
There's over 3,000 episodes as well, so
うん。あ、
you
今
will
年
never
で
run out.
サザエさんは60周年になるそうです、
It's
ア
its
ニメ。
60th year.
うん。
Every single Sunday, episode played for 60 years. That's insane. That is that's a successful TV show. That beats The Simpsons, I think. Simpsons haven't been around for 60 years. I don't think anything's been around for 60 years on television, has it?
ちょっと不安になってきた。50周年かな。
50周年? Yeah, わかんない。
うん。ちょっと10年削っとこう。念のため。
10年削っとく。
削っとく。
削っとく. Yeah, 削っとく. My brain is also shutting down. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I actually have to go to the hospital tomorrow for other interesting checkups, guys. Wish me luck. My body is breaking.
おかしいだろ、それ。
おかしいよ、おかしい、こんな年で。こんな年でね。
困っちゃうね。
If you don't have any advice you'd like to give to your friends or family, feel free to give us some advice. We can always
本
use
当
it.
だよ。
We can use advice anytime. Good luck, LMAO, says Vedra Nation. Thank you.
ありがとう。
Thank you. I need it. I need as much luck as I can get. So if you're wondering what's going on right now, Vedra Nation, we're just waiting for responses to the questions. I don't think there's too many people here tonight who are actually working on the questions, which is perfectly fine. We're just hanging out. It's Halloween.
うん
Oh, I missed a comment. How can we improve our speaking by watching anime? No, I didn't miss that at all. That was actually quite a while ago. Gotta put the timestamps up there.
そんなことが。
Let me just check something quick. Oh, we got a picture. Guess who had to dust this off and charge it up before I could send you a pic? Nice. Barry the Badger has some
久しぶ
pictures
りだ
for us.
ね。
How's it going? We've got Whoa, those glasses are crazy. That is so cool. Oh my goodness.
あ、なにこれ、ウォーリー？ウォーリー？
Wally じゃないだろ。Wally?
ウォーリーじゃない？
I don't know.
ウォーリー。
Wally? Is it Wally?
2?
Let's take a look at the next picture. That is such a cool mask.
ウォーリーじゃないのかな。
Wally じゃないと思うな。Let's look
じ
it
ゃあ
up over here.
何？ウォーリーじゃないの？どうしてもウォーリーしか出てこないよ。
Wally? I don't think it's Wally.
ほら、目が似てる。
Oh, the eyes do look a little bit similar, but
あ、似てない。イーバーの方が似てる。
違うと思う。
イーバー。うん。イーバーはウォーリーの方。女の子の方。
But I don't think that's what it is.
そう
I
だ
have
ね
no idea what it is, but it's awesome. I like it. Let's get a retweet on that one. Nice. Barry the Badger.
久しぶりだね。
Nice. Thank you.
I don't-
I'm afraid I can't answer this one. Too advanced for me just yet. Yeah, no worries. Don't worry about that at all. Thanks for hanging out anyway. Daisy 素敵なコスプレ。ありがとうございます。
ありがとう
こんばんは。How's it going, Days? We finally answered your question in the newest. That was episode 4 we answered it in.
そう。
We finally answered your question of comparing the kansei and kanryo. I hope you understand it if you get to it. I might cut it out as a separate video just for as like a clip because it was a good explanation from Yuki. Wrench from Watch Dogs 2. Okay.
何それ？え、わかるの？バラブレーキすご。
いいね。That mask. Those are LEDs, right? Watch Dogs 2 is it's a game. It's like
ゲームなんだ。
So. I've always wanted to play that game. I've actually never played it, which is why I didn't know who it was, obviously.
これに出てくるの？
そうみたい。
あ、でもこの人同じマスクしてるわ。
あ
このおいさん。
どこ
これメインキャラクターのこのおいさん見てほらほら。
あ、そう。はい。Okay, that's pretty awesome. I don't know if I'm following you. I am not. Let's follow Barry. Nice. All right. I have to go, but great stream. Thank you, Dashiel. Sorry tonight was a
ありがとう。
bit different, but thanks for hanging out. The eyes can be whatever I want them to be. That's so sick. I love hearts to spacicators. That's awesome. Oh, now I see it. It says Vedrination. Lee has an answer to question time. Nice. Let's go.
日本へ留学に行ったから真面目に勉強して年末プロジェクトを構わない方がいいんじゃないかい。
日本へ留学に行ったから、日本へ留学に行ったから真面目に勉強して、年末プロジェクトを構わない方がいいんじゃないか。Kai is fine, but you want the there, I think. いいんじゃないか。
ここのね、構わないのね、部分は図になれないのではないでしょうか。
構わず構わずは聞いたことあるけど、that might already be a phrase, 構わず構わずに。
そうだけど、構わずに。
but you couldn't use that with 方がいい。
そうそう。
構わず方がいい doesn't work, I think. 構わず
maybe
fine. 構わない方がいいんじゃない、I feel like you can't use ず with 方がいい。
でしょ？
That's the part that doesn't work.
ここでは、2のさ、2がパーティクルで後で来る場合は、多分その逆説っていうかそのさ、バットとかみたいな感じになって、
remove. Oh, actually, I have to ban them.
あ、そうなんだ。
report?
どうやって？
And unwanted content or spam. And then put user in timeout. There we go.
あ、そういうことか。
Bye bye.
申し訳ありませんが。
Sorry, guys.
すいません。
No idea what that is. Probably.
あ、なるほど。
Nothing good. Let's go to translate.
それ translate するの？ちょっと
Google.com.
待って。
I'm always curious.
図のやつをさ、お答えし
いい
ようよ。
よ。はい。But I don't know that I know why. I just know that hi. They're talking about Taiwan or something. Hi. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you can't use zoo with 方がいい。それだけで、
そうそう。
いいと思います。
に構わずに構わずをにしか来れないかも、もしかしたらパーティクルは。
for 構わずにね。But the 方がいい has to have a verb in the short form, I think. 食べた方がいい。食べない方がいい。
そうだね。
It has to have a short form verb.
そうだね。
And zoo is not a short form. So that's the main thing, I think. So before 方がいい。
はい。
In the game, the eyes change on his mood and facial expressions, but obviously that's a bit harder in real life. Fair enough. Still awesome costume. Days is Discord no pictures で僕の5年前のハロウィンの写真を送りました。ぜひ見てください。Okay, let's take a look at Days' costume. Wow, nice.
ハンターラブさんも来てる。
Hunter Loves is here. Let's get that one up on
私わかるよ、
screen.
これスイッチだ。スイッチだ。
I'm not sure who this one is. This must be Lilo.
スティッチだよ。
冗談ですよ。スティッチ。ナイス。
もう私これスイッチって言っちゃった自分がマジ恥ずかしい。だからやめてよね。
いいね。
かわいい。あったかそう。いいね。
いいよね。なんか、Halloween is very cold here. So costumes like this are perfect.
そう。
For
あったかいコスチュームしたいわ、マジで。
いいね。スティッチ。
かわいい。
おお。
やばいやつだ、これ。
Wow. Is that a contact or is that like editing after the fact? Did you actually get your eye to be red for that?
わかんない、これだ。
Or was it later?
コスチューム？ジェノスじゃないよね。
ジェノスじゃないと思う。 I'm not sure what the character is, but that's
ジェノ
pretty
ス
sick.
ジェノスかな
I looked. ジェノスじゃないでしょ。全部5、6年前のハロウィンの写真です。すげえ。I think it is
すげ
red.
え
That is nuts. There's like
カラー
little...
コンタクトってこと
Is it color contacts? I'm sure they'll say right in chat. 編集。OK. 編集だけです。
東京グールか
Okay.
そ
I'm
う
bad
ご
at
めん
this
ね
game. I'm so bad at guessing.
全然当てられない
Part of it is because, once again, just like I've never played Watch
あ
Dogs.
この東京グールのこの人だ
This
わ
person right here, eh?
本当だ
Oh, okay, yeah. If I
わあそっく
I've
り
got so much to watch. That's,
すげ
there it is.
え
There it is.
お
Oh,
お
right there
すげえ
yeah. That is pretty sick.
すげえ
Alright
似てる
Oh, and Dan's back on camera. Back in the chat. Nice, nice, nice.
カウントジャパンさんめっちゃ手びらかすね
That's a good one. All right.
すげえ
You guys are creative.
すごいな
I need to step my game up again. You guys want to see when I was Anna? I was Anna for Halloween once. Spammers are everywhere. Even I get them sometimes. I get them once in a while.
カネ
That
キ
was
なんだあ
that was an interesting one.
ごめんね
Oops,
東京
what
グ
did I
ル
do? Oh.
あんまり見てなくて
Oops. I just went back to the home
大
screen
変だ
there. I gotta go, but thank you for your amazing work on stream and YouTube. Thank you, Satsuki. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry I missed the spam. No worries, no worries. I think it's edited. You can see the feathering on the eyes. Also, it's Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. Yoku wakateta Vegetation.
素
Nice.
晴らしいなみんなわかるね私たちがわかんないね
Whoa. What do we not pay you for? Says Bada Blakey. Anna ってあの花そうあの花ですよあの花あの花でした I might be able to bring up a quick picture somewhere. I'll give it a minute. Okay, I have to get way back down to whatever slide we were on. It's probably down here-ish. Oh, look at that. Wow, I can go straight to it. Almost. Let's pop up the next question on stream because anyway, here we go.
あなたの〇〇のではないかという心の声を聞かせてください。
We want you to show us inside your mind, inside your heart, and talk to yourself, basically, right? With no de wa nai ka, because no de wa nai ka sort of sounds like you're talking to yourself. So this is Yuki talking to herself.
はい。やばい。仕事を早めに進めないと間に合わなくなるのではないか。
Oh no, if I don't hurry up and continue, I won't finish in time my work.
はい。
Or I probably won't finish in time with that no de wa nai de wa nai ka. Next one.
はい。お客さんのために多めにお菓子も用意した方がいいのではないか。
Shouldn't I probably prepare a lot more snacks for visitors, customers? For visitors? That's Yuki. That's what's going on in Yuki's head all the time, right? So what about you? What's going on in your head right now with a no de wa nai ka? Shouldn't I do this? Shouldn't I do this thing? I should probably do this thing, right? I am modding 2 streams tonight, LOL, and uploading Halloween pics. Yes, Come to Japan is a busy man. His stream is blowing up tonight. So,
ね
I forgive him.
渋谷が忙しいもんね、だって。
Oh, Wombat has a costume on his Animal Crossing as well.
私なんてオールシーズンハロウィンみたいなやつだよ。見たみんな私の。
I don't know if everyone saw your... Did I retweet Bada Blakey's? I did. Okay, sweet. All right.
バラブレイキーなのあれ
そうだよ。
バリーダバ言えないんだよ。
バラブレイキーだと思うよ。
マジバリーダバージャーはバラブレイキーだったんだ。
うん。
そうだったの
だと思うけど。
そう、最近バリーダバージャーさんは来てくれないなって思って。
バラだからね。バラブレイキーだからね。Yuki remembered, was wondering where Barry the Badger had gone in stream. Hadn't been around in a while. Yeah, they have, actually. I'm not finished with Genki 2. I'm here to say hello. Thanks for stopping by, Hunter Love. We were just I don't know if you saw it, but we were just showing off your costume on stream of Stitch. Oh,
I don't know.
When was this? Oh my god. We've got another one. We've got another one from Come to Japan Dan here.
出た。何それ何それ
When was this? What is this? Should I know what this
スパ
is?
ゲティモンスター
Spaghetti monster? Are you the spaghetti monster? Pasta. My costume was pasta. Okay.
惜しい。ク
You
ロス
you
じゃ
could
な
be
私
the spaghetti monster or whatever that is. Is it just called the spaghetti monster? That's pretty awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Hunter Love, and thanks for showing us your costume. It looked very warm. Awesome. We love Stitch. 失礼します。私の元気もない。
どうしたの大丈夫ゆっく
大丈夫
り
ですよ
休んでください。
休んでください。私も元気がありません。
いやいや、あなたはちょっと頑張ってください。
頑張りますが元気がないです。
嘘。
ありません。
もうゆっくり休んでください。
まだ休めません。
サザオさんじゃないよ。アーサーさんに言ってるの。
ん
え
何さん
アーサーさん。
アーサーさん。あ、まあ、わかるんですね。
うん
お大事に。
ねえ、ゆっくり休んでください。
お大事に。Alright.
パスタに
Barry
入
was
って
a
ん
nickname
のか
from
な
many years ago. Badger was my favorite animal as a child. Could have been a kookaburra, but no, it was a badger. Fair enough. Barry the kookaburra doesn't sound quite as good as Barry the badger. So, probably a good choice.
っていうかさ、バラブレーキ、バリーダバージャーじゃなくなったんだ。
Not on Twitter. On Twitter, they're still Barry the badger.
あ、まあね。そう。なんか最近いないなって思ってたんだけど、いたね。ずっといたわ。
ずっといました。
ごめん。
Get it? クーカバラ。なるほどな。クーカバラバラ。
ほんとだ。ちなみにクカバラって何ですか？
クーカバラ？
クカバラは何？プラダバスみたいなやつ？
Okay, see a picture. Kookaburra. Not a kookaburra. It's a
え、
type.
かわいいじゃん。めちゃかわいいやつじゃないこれ。
Wow, that is a beak.
かわいい。なんてかわいい鳥なんだ。
Kookaburra.
最高じゃん。
It is pretty cute.
私最近超鳥大好きだからね。
She likes birds a
ほんと
lot.
あの
I'll show myself out, says Farah Blakey. I just rewind back to see your reaction. Thank you. I was Lilo last year, but students and teachers said Moana. Really? Huh.
あ、モアナなんだ。
Moana would be a good costume too.
ね。
I guess I could see the confusion, maybe. Fair enough. Demo. Is the clothes similar for Moana and Lilo? I can't remember. I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch in
で
so
も
many
まあ
years.
確かにね、ちょっと似てるかも。だけど、リロはハワイアンでしょ、で、モアナ
Moana
は
is
ニュー
from
ジーラン
New
ド。
Zealand,
そう
ne?
そうそう。
Not New Zealand, but
だっけ
uh,
なんだっけ
Samoa.
サモアあ、サモアかな
I've
で
never
も
seen Moana, so I don't actually know. Like I've seen the songs because her niece loves all the songs from Moana, so I've watched all the songs on YouTube with her niece. But I've never actually seen the movie, so I'm not positive where it's based. It's not New Zealand. It's either it could be. Oh, is it?
だって私がニュー
Is
ジ
it
ーランド
Maui?
あ、マウイかも。私がニュージーランド行った時、みんなそのモアナは、
Not Maui. I'm sorry.
マウイじゃなくてなんだっけ
Maori?
あ、マウリ
Is it Maori?
あ、マウリかも。
What is the native? I guess native sort of to New Zealand.
あ、でもモアナコンバイン
It is
with
Maui. Okay.
Polynesian
Maui is a Hawaiian
culture.
island. Yeah, that's not it. Oh,
ほら、
there's lots
マウ
going
イ
on.
で
Okay,
part of
Handy and Yuki, nice costumes. I've been a bit busy lately. Also, my cat got sick. Oh no! I'll join as a viewer today. I'm a bit behind in the new lessons. No worries. Thanks for stopping by, Felipe. I
あり
appreciate
が
that.
とう。
Hawaiians. Yeah, Maui is a Hawaiian island, right? Moana combined with Polynesian cultures. Okay.
あ、じゃあ
So there was various ones. They didn't actually name an island or anything that they were from, right? But it was Polynesian.
あ、でもすごい人気だったよ。ニュージーランドの幼稚園に行った時。
あ、そうなんだ。
みんなモアナになりたいって
そうなんだ。
感じ。
When Yuki was working at some New Zealand kindergartens for school, everyone wanted to become Moana. It was super
そう
popular.
そう。超みんなこの
Interesting.
あれ
I am Hawaiian, says
踊れる
Hunter
って
Love. Oh,
感
nice.
じ。
Cool.
本当の人じゃないですか。リロ&スティッチの本当の人じゃないですか。
That's awesome. I graduated from University of Hawaii. Says come to Japan, Dan.
ホノルルじゃない
Hell yeah.
UH はホノルルじゃないの
University of Hawaii じゃない？
ハワイか。
だと思う。
ホノルル
I don't know what island it's on. Bro, same, says Hunter Love. Oh my god. The question so, is Dan your senpai?
マジ
Eh?
あら
Awesome. That's pretty crazy. All right, so Days has an answer to Q time, which we've completely ignored. Sorry about that,
やばい
Days.
じゃん。
Let's go and
ご
answer
めん
your
ね
question.
イズごめんね。
It's only 3 minutes ago, so
はい。
sorry.
そろそろ寝なきゃ明日は寝坊してしまうのではないか。まだまだ寝なくても大丈夫だけど。
Perfect answer, Days.
素晴らしい。
Absolutely perfect.
よかった、もう寝ちゃったかと思ったよ、ほんと。
Perfect answer.
ね。
And with that perfect answer, let's move over to garu, which is a bit easier than the last one. Garu, you just drop the e adjectives and add garu. And that's it. It's usually used in its teiru form unless you're talking about habits or things that people do regularly, which can also be known as habits. Non-adjectives just take garu on their own. There's also some phrases out there that use garu. We covered them in some of the bonus videos on the website. I don't know if you guys have watched that yet, but if you have, hope those are helpful. It's very frequently used with the Thai version of verbs, so with want to, because you can't say that other people want to do things. You can't speak from other people's perspective and say they want to do this because you can't know that in Japanese. It's not part of the language. I can't say Yuki wants to do that. I have to say Yuki appears to want to do something, or she shows signs of wanting to do something. And to say that, we use garu. And to use garu with a verb, you just put it into the want to form. So in this case, yaru, it becomes yaritai, which is want to do. And then you drop the in at garu. So yaritagaru means shows signs of wanting to do. But because I'm talking about what she appears to want to do now, it's generally going to be in the teiru form. So Yuki appears to want to do something. Right now would be, for example, a game. Geimu wo yaritagatte imasu. She is showing signs of wanting to play a game. So that's how you would use that. It's also used with regular, just old adjectives to show that someone is showing signs of that adjective. You can't say that someone thinks something is kawaii. You can't just say they're scary, right? You have to say show signs of being scared. So kowagatteiru. Okay? So that can be used just straight up, e adjectives as well. Or they appear or showing signs of sleepiness. Nemutagatte imasu. They're showing signs of being sleepy. Okay? So the first question time for this one was... Oops, we'll go to the first one.
はい。ペットや友達などは今 or 最近何をしたがっていますか?
So your pet or your friend or whatever, anything you want to talk about. Ima, now or recently, what have they appeared to want to do? So, for example.
はい。近所の野良猫がこの家に入りたがっている。
The local stray cat is showing signs of wanting to enter our house. Next one.
安藤さんは一緒に飲みたがっています。
Ando-san is showing signs of wanting to drink together with us. So what is someone or something around you showing signs of wanting to do? So this is going to be using a verb in its want to do form plus gatteiru, right? Gatteiru or teimasu. What's up, bro? My major is Japanese. USMC. What is going on? Thanks for stopping by.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, as you can tell. You should watch some Sazae-san if you haven't yet and you're majoring in Japanese. It'll be very helpful.
それと同じやつでいくと You should watch マリオさんになるよ、これじゃ。
Well, if you go with the same thing, yes,
わ
that's
か
what it
る
would
み
become.
んな私が何かも
Should we have it dance across the Goomba dance across screen again? Goomba. I don't even know how you spell Goomba. Let's do this one since it's not a Nintendo piece, so we won't get a
なんかいい感じそれ。似てる似てる。
Or we could do this
あ
one.
なんかおかしくなったよ。
I just dropped it into OBS Studio. It almost messed up the whole. You guys know what that is? I think you know what that is.
あんた
Here's a good one. は
そん
は
なのマリオさんに言ってたっけ
that one didn't show up in Mario, no. This
あ、
was...
それ近いかも、私に。
あ、これ
うん。
We're having too much fun tonight, sorry.
そうだね。
Despite being somewhat sick. Do we have any more tweets? Doesn't look like we have any more tweets. Damn mod. Okay, that's from another one of my tweets. I bet you're not majoring in animation. What are you basing that on? You don't like my animations? No, definitely not. Thanks for stopping by, Danny. I studied at TUJ. I do not know where that is, but
TUJ?
Tokyo University, Japan?
おー。
Probably not. Tokyo. I have no idea where TUJ is. By the way, happy Halloween. I'm still in Japan. My wife is Japanese too. Nice.
おー。
Where in Japan are you?
なんて読むの名前。
USMC. USMC. じゃない?
こう、チアみ
そうそう、
たいなやつ。
チアみたいなやつ。USMC. USMC. じゃないかな?
UCLA みたいなやつ。
そうだね。PSU. PSU. TUJ is an American college. Oh.
うーん。
TUJ. Oh.
何?
Okay. Temple University, Japan, right? The main campus is in Philadelphia. One of my good friends went there.
知ってるの?
There's a branch in Tokyo.
へー。
The other Andy on YouTube also went to TUJ. Nice. Temple University, Japan, right? Nice. All right.
ちなみに先ほどこのチャットの中で、
はい、
先輩と後輩のありがとう、はい、再会があったよ、はい、
あ、そう、見た面白いよね。
やばい、私のファングがそろそろ終了だ。これ
そろそろ終了だね。
歯が抜け変わるときた。
Days has an answer to question time. Days Effie.
はい、友達は僕が食べているアイスを食べたがっています。やばい、取られちゃうね。よかったね、猫じゃなくて。
そうだね。新宿区、whoa, nice. 新宿 is having some fun tonight, it sounds like. Stay safe out there. 友達は僕が食べているアイスを食べたがっています。いいですね。So my friend is showing signs of wanting to eat the ice cream that I am eating right now.
もう友達はスプーン持ってきてる?
Do they have a spoon? Possibly. Well, how's it going? Happy Halloween. Good to see you. I do really recommend that you guys watch some Sazai-san. There's I don't know if they're legal, but there's literally thousands of episodes available on YouTube. And they're pretty good. Very daily, day-to-day life Japanese. So you could definitely use the Japanese you might learn in them. Highly recommend. Question from Hunter Love. Watashi no tomodachi wa... Oh, this is actually question time. Nice. Okay.
私のだ。私の友達は一緒にはま寿司で食べたがっています。
いいですね。
いいですね。
僕もはま寿司で食べに行きたいですね。
まあね。あ、サザオさんもはま寿司で食べたがっています。で、
このグンバさんは常にはま寿司に食べたがっています。
私のファング終わったよ、これ。
はい。
はい。ありがと
う。Gotta put it right in the crease of your dimple.
ありがとう。
はい。
ついた。
このキノコさんは常にはま寿司に食べに行きたがっています。
まあね。大体ね。うん、たまにだよ。
まあ俺も食べたいんですけれど。
どんどん頻度を少なくす。
I've missed that YouTube channel for daily conversation. No, Sazai-san is an anime that it plays every Sunday night around 5:30.
あ、6じゃないかな。
6 o'clock.
6から
It's
6:30かな。
It's either its 50th anniversary or its 60th anniversary this year. So it's been around forever, basically in TV terms. And yeah, it's just an anime that's been around forever and it's daily life stuff. And this is the character from it. I am Sazai-san. Sazai-o かな。Sazao.
まあ、
The real character is
サザ
Sazae.
エね。
Right? Sazae.
ありがとう、タラム。もうありがとう、タラムさん。私も一緒にはま寿司に行きたいです。
で、スプーンを持っていったら逃げるよって。
よかったね、まだフォークで。
Perfect. Right. Sazao. Sazae. So Sazao is like an... If you put O at the end of a name, it sounds like a masculine name. O as in otoko. Otoko, right?
うん。
Otoko. So like Sazao. Like that.
そうだね。
Like that. But the real name is Sazae. All the names of the characters in the Sazae anime are named after seafood or sea animals or just sea stuff.
うん。
Sazae. I'll show you a picture. This is Sazae-san. This one right here is really
うん、
good. Excuse
それ
me.
だね。
For those of you who are just stopping by, I apologize for my semi-low energy and voice. I'm sick. Okay, next one. 確か、サザエさんの家族関係はなんかですよね。複雑でしたね。見たかった。そう。
今も見れない？
It's on YouTube.
そうか。
でも、確かにね、家族関係がなんか複雑ですね。本当によくわかりませんでした。今ならわかるけど、最初わかんなかった。ありがとうございます。USMC. Thank you very much.
サザエはちなみに英語は何ですか？サザエって。
I don't actually know what the name of that seashell is. Hold on. If I saw it, I have no idea actually.
サザエ以外は私わかるんだけどね。
Any mollusk of the family Turbinidae. A turban shell. I don't know that. I don't know what a turban shell is. Although when I look at the pictures of them, I kind of have an idea. This is what she's named after.
みんなが言うって言うからやめてください。
That's why she has this hairstyle, isn't it?
おいちょっと。それは from 80s じゃないの？
For those of you who are wondering, if you drop pictures of your Halloween costumes from the past or this year on Twitter and at me on Twitter or in Discord, we will show you
何それかわいい。
on screen. We showed Bara Blakey's earlier, which is super awesome. This is from Watch Dogs 2, but apparently he's got a helper as well. We didn't show this
それ
before.
作ったの？
That's pretty cute. Did you make that? Yuki asked.
それ何？
That's
ポケモン？
Yeah, that's his helper.
すげえ。
So anyway, if you drop an @ on Twitter, we will happily show off your costumes. We had a couple showed off today. We had Hunter Love's Stitch, Daisy's Tokyo Ghoul character. I can't remember the name of the character off the top of my head. Kaneki. And Dan's Golden Skeleton.
カネキだっけ？
Maybe. I don't know. And Spaghetti. And we also had Kyushu Trail. He dropped his on Twitter. And a few other people dropped theirs on Twitter as well. Thank you guys. It's been fun doing that. おいちょっとって面白かった。おいちょっと
じゃない？
おいちょっと。いつか一緒にはま寿司で食べようかな。はま寿司。
はま寿司を食べよう。
Oh, that's fine actually. Yeah. はま寿司を食べようよ。一緒に食べようよ。はま寿司来て。
みんなはま寿司パーティーしようね、一緒に。
一緒に行こうよ。We actually went to はま寿司 on Friday.
ごめん、もう行っちゃったね。
We already went without you. Sorry, but we're happy to go again anytime. So let's go. Of course you can. Go for it. You're Moana Alba. Yeah. Gotcha. And thank you, USMC. I hope I do too. よろしくお願いします。お願いいたします。こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
名前を
No,
教え
didn't
て
make
くれ
that.
たん
It's
だ
the
よね。
Wiggler hat from Monster Hunter. Ah, nice. Me too. On Friday. On Friday. Wow. We all went to Hamazushi.
おー
Nice.
よかった。もう一緒に行ってた。よかったわ。
よかったね。Yeah, if you don't have Twitter, Discord's fine. So it also doubles as a hat, but it makes me super tall when I put it on. Fair enough. I could use something that makes me super tall. This also makes me nice and much taller when I put this on. By a significant amount. Check that out.
すごいものがついてるよね。これが本物の髪の毛だったら
Yeah, this would
さ。
be a pretty amazing hairstyle if it was
う
real.
ん
Everybody call me E. All right, E.
よろしくお願いし
お
ます。
願いいたします。これからもよろしくです。
なんだっけ、私さ、もうちょっとでさ、何トゥースエンジェルが来ちゃ
お
う
Had to use my shawl since I can't have bare shoulders at school. Nice. Okay, so this is Hunter Love's Moana costume, but it's actually obviously with this little Stitch right there.
かわいい。
Stitch, Lilo and Stitch. That's awesome.
めっちゃかわいい。
かわいいね。
このさ、スカートがいいね。これスカートっていうの、
うん
ハワイのやつだよね、これ。
the skirt ね。
これスカートっていうのハワイのやつも。
I don't know. Well, I mean, if it's a skirt, it's a skirt, right? But there's also ones that have a different name that aren't quite the same as normal skirts, I think. I don't know a whole lot about Hawaiian culture, but and that's the same. Hunter Love is the person who is also Stitch. So it's got the pair look.
そうだよね。
Stitch
一人で全部やっちゃう。
That's awesome. All right. Nice. Thank you guys so much for showing us your costumes. That makes this quite fun. It makes us feel a little less awkward on stream. Although I never really felt awkward, I guess.
私もちょっと、あれ、トゥースエンジェルティースエンジェル
Tooth Fairy.
あ、トゥースフェアリー
Tooth
が
Fairy's gonna come soon.
ねもう一個来ちゃったもんね。ちょっと定期的にチェックしとか
A
ない
hula skirt. Yeah, that's what Yuki was thinking of, I think.
フラ
Hula skirt ね。
フラってフラダンスの
なるほど
フラ、
ね。そうそうそうそう。同じ言葉だと思う。
ああ、フラスカートって言うんだ。
いいね。Alright.
ベイビーはムームー。ムームー知ってる
Is
よ。
the full dress だって。
うん。
そうそうそう。かわいいね。Everyone makes great costumes.
ねえ、私ももうちょっと頑張ればよかったわ。
This year we didn't have time to get too creative, but
うん。
usually I like to make my own. Oh, I never showed you guys Anna. I'll see if I can
こ
find
の
that
バ
a
ラ
little
ブ
bit
レーキ
later.
のやつ自分で作ったの？
いや、そうじゃないと思うけどね。
この
そう
サングラスどうなってるんでしょうか？
LED が入ってるんじゃない？
超すげえ。ハイテクだね。
All right, guys, this is the last question time for tonight. Let's go ahead and see what we got.
Hi.
We have
はい。家族や友達などはあなたに何をして欲しがっていますか？
So, what are your family or friends or anyone? What is someone showing signs of wanting you to do? So to say someone wants you to do something, you say, or to say you want someone to do something, you use the te hoshi form. So, nani nani wo tabete hoshi. I want you to eat something. But you can't say that someone wants you to do something because once again, you can't speak from their perspective. So you need to use garu on the hoshi of that te hoshi form. So tabete hoshigatte imasu. Once again with the teiru. So they're showing signs of wanting me to eat something. So what is someone showing signs of wanting you to do now or recently or whatever? For example,
お母さんは僕に自分の部屋を掃除して欲しがっている。
so as for my mom, she's showing signs of wanting me to clean my own room. Or
お犬様はお散歩に連れて行って欲しがっている。
the dog, the honorable dog, the honorable dog is showing signs of wanting me to take them on a walk. All right. So what is someone or something around you showing signs of wanting you to do? 他の人の目線から言ったら、アンディはみんなにコスチュームを見せて欲しがっているって言えるよね。他のみんな。他の人の目線から見たら、
まあね、そうだね。
俺は言えないけどね。
うん。
見せて欲しい。
そう他の人か
し
ら
か言えないけど。ハロウィーンに渋谷に行ったことがありますか？いつか行ってみたい。
ない、私ない。ハロウィン行ったことない、渋谷の。すんごい人らしいよね。
I don't think I have. No. I haven't. No, I haven't. I think I'd remember it. I've been to Nagoya for Halloween. We went to Nagoya the one time. That was also pretty intense, but not Shibuya, Shinjuku or Shibuya intense. Mostly I've just been in Nagano.
そうだね。
Nagano for Halloweens. Last night we had a little party with some close friends we stayed at a lodge that my friend owns with like 5 or 6 people. That was really fun. I filmed a tour of one of the cabins that they own as well. I didn't do a tour of the lodge or any video of the party either. I decided to just enjoy myself instead of turning it into work. But anyway, yeah, that's what we did yesterday actually. Never been to Shibuya though. Come to Japan Dan is currently live streaming Shibuya Crossing, and there's a lot of people there tonight. I don't know if you're still streaming it or not. I imagine it's still pretty crazy. Wow. It's
わーすごい。
oh, this isn't Dan though. Someone else decided to do the same thing. Shibuya Community News is currently streaming it as well.
おー、それオフィシャルのやつじゃない
This is an official one, I think. Or they're probably streaming the same as that camera, to be honest.
あ
Oh no, this is a different camera. There's still a lot of people in Shibuya. Anyway,
ーうーん
Dan is also live streaming that, so check him out when you're done watching us.
ねえ。でもさ、渋谷でさ、あんなにハロウィン
Mm.
人が集まってて、何をしてるの？
飲みに行ったりしてるんじゃないの？
うーん。
きっとパーティーとかあるでしょう。クラブとかに、お店に。
そっか、クラブが、そっか、渋谷はそうそう、クラブがいっぱいあるから、そうだね。
So they're going to the clubs, I think, mostly. Or just hanging out in town. A lot of people will just get convenience beers and hang out in town drinking in Shibuya for Halloween. That's probably the safer bet at this time than going into those clubs. That's not a place I'd want to be going right now, into the clubs. But outside in Shibuya is probably, it's very crowded, but maybe okay. But all the clubs late at night, wasted people in Halloween costumes. Not looking forward to the numbers in Tokyo next week. Here's the live stream. All right, guys. We'll give you a few more minutes to answer this final question time. Thank you so much for showing us your costumes. If you'd like to show us your costume and you haven't yet, please show us over on Twitter at ToKini Andy on Twitter. And we will show everyone quick on stream, or just drop it in the Discord and we can show you off on stream and react to your old Halloween costumes, this year's Halloween costumes or not. But as I said, I'm sick, man, so I'm gonna go hop in a bathtub for a little while and then sleep forever until I have to go to my
Forever. Health check.
It's not a health check.
Stage 2.
my health check part 2. めんどくせえな. So yeah, give us a few more minutes and then I'm gonna get some rest because I am not healthy, guys. Not healthy at all.
まあね、こんなにヘルシーそうでね、なんか
ね
可愛いね、エプロンまでしてるのに。
ね. I don't have the dress on today, but I have the apron. You like it? Full on. Ne. Oh,
お
there we go.
デイズありがとう。家族は僕に健康的な生活をして欲しがっています。って合っていますかな？合ってます。
合ってますよ。とってもいい文章でした。エプロンだ。そう。
ちょっと待って、デイズ健康的なさ、生活してないの？
しないわけですかね。
してないの？
それ聞くとしてない感じに聞こえるんですよね。But anyway, Daisy's sentence is, my family is showing signs of wanting me to live a healthy lifestyle. Yuki asked, does that mean you're not? Nice.
So,
my family is showing signs of wanting me to come back to America for at least a visit. And I would like to as well. I probably would have because of a few things that happened, both good and bad, in the past couple of months. But can't get back into Japan if I do that very easily. So. 運動とかはサボってしまいます。
あ、それは私もサボっています。
ありがとう、ダニ。Appreciate that.
ね、
私たちね、サボっているっていうか、
ちょっと
忙しかった。
まあね、
先週は非常に忙しかった。This week we can finally sort of take it easy and recover.
ね。
And maybe go to the
頑張ろう。
gym. Maybe go to the gym.
運動頑張ろう。
頑張りましょ
ブロッコリー食べよ
う。ブロッコリーも食べてる
う。
よ。
カカロットになろう。
カカロット。
カロットだよ。
あ、カカロットか。
over 9,000だよ。
なんだわかんなくなっちゃったよ。
野菜食べるってことですよ。
わかった。
ドラゴンボールの名前は。
そうか、I forgot about that. All the Dragon Ball. We had a conversation about all the funny, silly names in anime. And one of my friends was really annoyed by them. And how, like, Dragon Ball names, they're all based on vegetables or on just food. Like Gohan. It's Gohan. Vegeta is vegetable. Piccolo is a pickle. That's why he's green. All the characters are based on food. And Sazai-san, they're all based on sea stuff. All of the characters in... What was the other one we were talking about?
My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academy, they're based on colors. All of the characters in... What's the moon one?
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. They're all just based on the name of the planets. All of their names. And my friend was really annoyed by that. So it was a funny conversation. Anyway, yeah. Vegetables. Dragon Ball Z. 頑張りましょう says Days. Indeed, 幸せな Halloween. Happy Halloween, Chad Economics. Thanks for stopping by. Man, I should be ashamed of myself. Major is Japanese. My wife is Japanese. I live in Japan, but I still can't speak good Japanese. The funny thing is, even if you live in Japan, even if you've been married for 50 years to a Japanese person, in the end, you just gotta do it, I guess, right? Nothing wrong with that, though. It takes a lot of work. My point is, it takes a lot of work regardless of your situation, so it's understandable.
そう、私も on my way だからね。
It's a lot of work. But you can still do it. It's never too late. Never too late. Well, until it's too late, and then it doesn't matter anymore. But anyway, never too late. Got a little dark there, but I guess it is Halloween. It's never too late. So you can still do it, man. Thanks for stopping by. Bulma is bloomers.
あ、ブルマー
Okay.
そうなんだ。ブルマーズって何？花？
Like
Pants?
pants?
あ、じゃあブルマの家族はパンティーファミリーかも、もしかしたら。
そうかもね。I've been living in Tokyo for 16. You can get by in Tokyo without ever touching Japanese, I feel like. Tokyo is so easy to live in English in. So, understandable. And JoJo's protagonists are all some version of JoJo. Yes, but also all of the JoJo characters are heavy metal bands from the 80s. Or just bands from the 80s. Not just the 80s. They're basically Western band names. All the characters in JoJo. I don't know if you ever noticed that. It's pretty crazy. All of them. Or song names. But generally like metal. Or, you know, like hair metal.
荒木が好きだからね。
It's pretty awesome. I think my reason is that I don't use Japanese. I stopped going out since I retired early. Understandable, yeah. If you don't get a chance to use it, generally you won't. Unless you go the 100% immersion route where you're just watching everything and reading everything you do in Japanese. That can be a useful way even if you're not going out. But fair enough. そういえば better late than never みたいなことわざが日本語にもありますか？
ちょっと調べるね。
調べるのか。意味わかるよね。
わかる。
わかるよね。
そう。手遅れなことはないってことでしょ？だけどさ、それって
ことわざはあるかわかんない。でも今言った言葉でいいよね。遅れる。
手遅れなことはない。
It's just a direct translation.
やらないより手遅れなことはない。
ない。
でもさ、それはさ、今私が勝手になんか
straight.
直訳
Yeah, it's a straight translation. And it's not quite what it's going for. So I'm actually not even going to type that. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a kotowaza for that. There is a good website to check that. Although that website started to disappear. So let's see if I still have it. There was a really good website for this website. It used to be really good for looking up stuff like that, but they seem to have changed and no longer have their dictionary. So that sucks. もうないんだ. There used to be a really good website for looking that kind of stuff up, but it's kind of gone. 歩く。
ない本当に。
もうないと思
あ、ないん
う。
だ。
ないんだよね。Sorry. We'll have to take a look at that one and we'll get back to you. For sure. Where do you recommend to stay as a foreigner in Japan? That's going to depend on who you are very much, like what you're into. If you prefer city life and clubbing and stuff like that, then you might as well just go with Tokyo or Osaka or something. But if you prefer the countryside, then there's literally endless number of answers to that question. If you want a little bit of both, there's also an endless number of answers to that question. I love where I live, Nagano, because I have sort of a city life, but if I drive 10 minutes, I can go hiking 10 minutes from here. And snowboarding if I drive 20 more minutes. And I can go to the sea if I drive 20 more minutes past that. So like literally everything. So I'm a huge fan of Nagano. But question for you, Kyoto versus Osaka, which do you prefer? For me, Kyoto. I prefer Kyoto. Yuki wa? Osaka ka Kyoto.
まあ京都かな。
I prefer the food in Osaka and I prefer the city of Kyoto.
うん。
But the food in Osaka. Oh crap, didn't know that. Yeah. You gotta. It's pretty cool. Pay a little bit of a closer attention to the names next time, and you'll see some funny ones. It's hard to tell. Like it's not easy to pick up that they are names like that because of the katakanization of all the names in JoJo. But every single one is some kind of name. If you look it up, it's pretty crazy. Hello, can I ask how do I learn something specific? Like for an example, I'm a digital artist and I want to learn all the art terms like saturation, contrast, gradients, etc. One idea would be to look up like a tutorial for the software or something, and then sort of just look through blogs about it, for example. It's probably going to be hard to find like just a vocabulary list of all those things, but there could be that. Or for example, you could switch the program that you're using, if you're using Photoshop or whatever, to Japanese for a day and just try and look up all the words for the tools you usually use. And that could be one way. Or just look up Photoshop tutorial in Japanese and sort of look for those words in the tutorials and stuff. はい。
はい。
見つけたんですか？
そう、見つけた。なんかことわざじゃないけどみんなが、よく言うフレーズがありました。
Okay, so it's not a ことわざ, but there's a phrase that people say often for it's better late than never.
そう、
はい、
やらないよりマシ。
そうだね。やらないよりマシ。It's better than not doing it at all. やらないよりマシ。
そう。
It's better late than never. That's a common phrase in Japanese. Not a ことわざ, but common. There you go. どの日本のホラー映画をおすすめしますか？ I'm terrible at horror. I'm not a huge horror fan.
ね。
But most Japanese horror is quite good from what I've heard from people who really like horror. People really like things like The Grudge or The Ring, but you know, Sadako-san but the Japanese versions.
貞子さんね。
貞子だよね。じゃなかった。
貞子さんっていう。貞子。
貞子だよね。Movies like that have been they've made American versions, English versions, not American versions, English versions. A lot of people prefer the Japanese version, so starting with those might be a good way. I'm not a horror fan, so I can't give any real opinion on that because I have not watched any. What made you come to Japan? I wanted to come just for a year because I was sort of interested in Japan, like in a weird way, like not in a weird way, but like in a distant way. I didn't know anything about it, had no interest in the language, had no interest in the culture. I think my dad played the song Turning Japanese. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. A lot when I was 2 years old. And that just stuck in my head, I think. I have no idea. I have no idea why I wanted to come to Japan as opposed to another country. But I wanted to just try teaching English for like a year so that I could make some money to travel. And then I was going to go to another country, maybe teach English for a year, and then travel more. But I've been here for 9 years. I really liked it. So, あ、もう一つの質問が
生じます。
生じました。
丁寧ですね。
Thanks in advance って言いたいならどう言いますか？ Thanks in advance。
私これ今調べたのね。
She
なん
looked it
か
up。
考えたの
う
は、
ん。
なんか前もって
うん
ありがとうございますだと思ったんだけど、
うん
か前もって感謝いたしますだと思ったんだけど、
はいはいはい
感謝します、
はいはい。
だけど結構ね、それビジネスのメールみたいな感じで。
でもこれもそうだと思う。Thanks in advance。
あ、そう
そうだと思う。
だけど
普通は言わないと思う。
そう、
はい。
ここに
調べたら
なんか調べたらそれでもいいって書いてあるけど、前もってお礼申し上げますって書いてあるけど、それよりもよろしくお願いしますの方がベターなんじゃないかという。
そうだよね。
よろしくお願いしますだね、これ。
It'd be best to just say よろしくお願いします。You can say, right, if you want to go direct, 前もって感謝いたします。
うん
or something like that.
そうそう
前をもって
前もって
感謝いたします。
うん
Something like that.
うんいたします。
But just よろしくお願いします would
そう
work better.
Thanks in advance
Way
よ
easier,
ろしくお願いしますだね。
So this is more of a direct translation and people would understand it. But yeah, よろしくお願いします would be used in the same exact situation
うん
far more frequently. So definitely just go with that. And I see you've already said 確かに. So you're welcome, Wildflower. Are you in Fukuoka due to the startup business visa opportunities that are coming to Japan? It's a good question. I forgot about those. It's really easy to get those visas in Fukuoka. めっちゃ簡単らしい。
そういえばそうだったよね。福岡じゃないところでやっちまったな、もう。
Oh my god. 福岡行っちゃう
福岡でもう一回リスタート。
もう一回やり直しまあでも。
そうだね。福岡遠いんだな。
遠いよね。みんなから。俺の家族から遠いだけではなく、ユキの家族からも遠くなるので、やめておかないとね。やめとかないと。
長野より多分ね、お高い家賃だと思う。
まあそうだよね。
お高い家賃だと思う。
お高いと思います。
お高い野菜だしね、きっと。
この家よりどこでもお高いだと思います。黒子のバスケットは color names。
そっか、そうだね。
そうだね。確かに。
でもそうだね。黒子のバヌケのね、私大好きだよ。
ほんと見たことないです。
そう黄色が好き、黄色が。
いいね。
私黄色好きだったな。イケメンじ
You
ゃ
just
ない
have an office here. なるほどね。I can just open an office in Fukuoka and then that gets me the visa.
まあ確かにね。それアドレスだけってこと？
うん。
Come to Japan さん
ToKini Andy's headquarters are now come to Japan's house. It's time for me to go to bed. I had fun chatting with y'all. I hope to see you again. Good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, USMC. Best of luck in your adventures. Mastering Japanese now. But thank you for hanging out.
ね、ありがとうございます。
And yeah, it's good to talk to you too. Currently going through the requirements with their relations office there. It's not that scary yet. Sweet. 黄色のやつはかっこよかったね。
そう、キセね、キセだったと思
キセ
う。黒子のバヌケの話ね。
あ
そうみんなね、黒子とは仲いいからね。みんな仲悪いのに、黒子とはみんな仲いい。
Probably. Something to think about. Something to think about indeed.
やばい、チャット読んでませんでした。ごめん、黒子に入ってた、ごめん。
I mean, I don't really need the grant. I don't want to take government money if I don't need it, but still. Still, the visa part is pretty cool. But anyway, guys.
はい。
Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Happy Halloween. I hope you had fun. I know we did. Thank you so much for showing us your costumes. It was super cool. And next time it'll be a normal stream, a little bit more straightforward. Hopefully I'm not sick anymore. And yeah, it could be fun. And yeah, so listen to me rambling. Thumbs up を攻撃してください. Please smash the thumbs up button. And if you didn't enjoy this stream, you can hit the thumbs down, but make sure you hit it twice so we know you mean it. チャンネル登録お願いします. Please subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when we go live next time and you can come hang out. おつ says わざはい。お疲れ様です。皆様ありがとうございます。今日一緒に遊んでくれて。
私ハンマーなくて悲しいけど、 わかる？
Donkey Kong now.
そう
Very good. All right. 相変わらず楽しかったです。ありがとうございます。です。相変わらずね、相変わらずみんな楽しいチャットになってくれて、
よかったです。
ありがとうございます。Keep chatting over in Shibuya with Come to Japan Dan. I'm gonna go sit in a bath for a while and try to get this
まあね
tonsillitis to go away. ね。
そう寒いからね長野。
The temperatures are all over the place here.
恐ろしいね。もう雪降っちゃうのかな。
まあ、今日はそこまで寒くないけどね。まあどうなるかな。
うん
Alright guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Happy Halloween. I hope to see you next time. Yeah, thank you.
ね来てくれてありがとう。みんなね体調気をつけてね。
はい、気をつけてください。ありがとうございます。Check out Come to Japan Dan's live stream in Shibuya right now. And check out ToKiniAndy.com for tons of extra bonus material. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. 頑張りますです。バイバーイ。
はいありがとうみんな。バイバーイ。
Woo, woo, woo. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.
バイバイ。
日本語を喋れるようになりたいのか Hold up, hold up, hold up. We already did this. We already talked about how you can use our Genki 1 and 2 and now Quartet course to improve your Japanese. じゃあ、これは何のため We're moving. また引っ越す No, we're transitioning from Patreon to ToKiniAndy.com. なんで Look.
なるほど。新しいやつの方が綺麗だね。
Exactly. It's easier to access, it looks better, it's easier to add new content to old lessons. I'm super excited for it.
私も出てるよ。これからよろしくお願いします。
Come join us on ToKiniAndy.com today and kickstart your Japanese learning experience. You'll have bonus grammar sentence videos, textbook practice videos, listening and shadowing videos, vocabulary videos, tests, and you'll be able to track your progress through fully structured lesson plans. Hope to see you there.
よろしくね。